Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sleepy Druid, and welcome to a thing that everybody has done and their mother as well. I just wanted to point a few things out from the new Warbringer Jaina story. I don't know anything about, and I have to preface this, what happens in BFA on Kultiras, around Kultiras, or whatever. I have only played a little bit of beta, so, and I'm not planning really on doing like speculation things. I just so what will going to happen in the story or anything like that. I like that stuff, but I don't think I'm good at it. So I just want to point a few things out. I got the lyrics of the song "Beware the Daughter of the Sea." It's Warbringers Jaina, and I just saw something in there. So the first is a couple of images I want to show you. This is the first one. And I think this is something many people would jump to, or people would jump to conclusions because of Jaina's eyes. Jaina's eyes are purple, okay? Many people, especially as the video progresses, will probably go on and say, okay, this may be old god influence, but I don't think so. And this video is laden, like, totally full in many frames with old god influence, okay? Old god imagery, sorry. And first thing, Jaina's eyes being purple is just the influence of her being of arcane. Okay, we know arcane. Every type of magic has its drawbacks in World of Warcraft. At least we know it for fell magic, shadow magic, holy magic, as this maybe has an influence and basically a drawback, as I said. And arcane has one as well. Arcane can corrupt as fell does if you use too much. After the explosion of the mana bomb in Theramore, Jaina's hair became white and her eyes glowed purple. We know this out of Tides of War. So I think her eyes being purple here, and she's is just her being in Theramore, and this is clearly Theramore. Because I don't know another place but the crater of Dalaran, and there are where like there's all these remnants of arcane magic seeping out of the ground. And this ain't the crater of Dalaran. There are way too many like houses and swords in the ground, houses around and swords in the ground. So this is just something I wanted to point out as the first thing. I don't think this is old god influency type, because again, arcane magic influences at least Jaina with purple eyes, and if exposed to it, via like maybe radiation type of stuff. We know that because being passively exposed to fell magic turns blood elf eyes green, or being as it is now with the Sunwell exposed to holy magic, turning their eyes yellow, golden, as we have the new blood elf faces. That said, beforehand the Sunwell was arcane magic, and this is where I think there comes a difference in, because when Jaina starts to raise the ship, where is it? Here? No, not here. A little bit earlier. Here. Her eyes are glowing whitish blue. Okay. So, and this is, I think, where there is an influence between passive exposure to certain types of magic and casting the magic. At least for her, for humans. Where casting as turns your eyes, basically while you're channeling the magic, it turns your eyes bluish white, but being exposed to it via like some environmental thing turns them purple. This is the first thing. The second thing I want to say further to old god imagery is this happy fellow. This happy fellow here is, as we notice later on, is her father, or the ghost of her father, and he starts to dissipate, like a little bit further here, he starts to dissipate after that, after she says, "Now I'm listening, father." And again, I think this is pointing to the fact that she is influenced by some sort of old god influence type of thing, which we see even more here, where like light is coming from beneath the ocean. We know N'Zoth is there, and furthermore, in the lyrics of the song. The lyrics of the song are this. These are the lyrics, and first thing that I noticed, and I think is that I thought for myself, is what if we take this song for face value? So we know most of this stuff happened. Yeah, okay. Where was it? She stepped aside. She fled across the ocean. He followed her, etc., etc. We know that happened because that happened in Warcraft 3. Maybe retconned here and there, but basically it happened. So, what made me a little bit, what made this suspicious is, beware the daughter of the sea, beware I heard him cry. So this is a first-hand account from someone who wasn't at Theramore when Admiral Dalen Proudmoore died, because his words were carried upon the ocean's breeze as he sank beneath the tide. That said, I think this was written for after his funeral, or maybe Dalen's funeral, if he ever got one, or a symbolic funeral, from a sea priest. What I know of is Kultiras is heavily influenced by sea priests, and yes, I have seen pictures, I have seen the old god stuff that's going on there. Even though I try to stay away from like major story spoilers. So, what if a sea priest has wrote this? Okay, it would make sense that he could hear it physically. So the ocean, the old gods, if there are other powers at work apart from Neptulon, or whatever the new water elemental lord is. I haven't played the shaman or the whole campaign. It would make sense, okay, that this could have happened as part of a grand scheme of things, of the old gods trying to manipulate all that's going on, and this would play, at least not the lyrics, but this whole influencing Jaina to start a war, or go alongside the other factions and into the war alongside the alliance. Whoa, sorry, had to burp there for a second. At least I'm honest, okay? At least I'm honest. Cut me some slack. Yeah, to influence her in some way. The next thing is, these are accounts of what happened, and now here, and buried deep beneath the waves, betrayed by family, to his nation with his last breath cried, talking about Dalen Proudmoore, beware the daughter of the sea. I don't think, in this case, Dalen Proudmoore is talking about Jaina, because Jaina is technically a daughter of the sea, because Kultiras is the strongest seafaring nation as far as I know on Azeroth, only rivaled by those of the Zandalari, and she's his daughter, so technically she is the daughter of the sea, okay, because he was in charge of Kultiras before he died. That said, I'd think this warning issued by Dalen Proudmoore, again, if we take this for face value, is a warning about Azshara. Okay? Because Azshara, the Naga Queen Azshara, or Azshara was recreated, reshaped by N'Zoth, by the old gods, or by one old god. So technically, she is its daughter. She is the daughter of the entity we know as N'Zoth. And he was deep beneath the waves, so otherwise, I don't see a point in to point out that he's buried deep beneath the waves. It would have totally be enough to say and buried beneath the waves, or buried in the ocean or something like that. It wouldn't of course don't sound that like melodic and stuff. But in every text, in everything someone composes, there is a meaning and a purpose to it, usually, even if the purpose is not to have a purpose. And I think this line, beware the daughter of the sea, is especially warning of Azshara. That said, again, this is laden with old god imagery. Here she says, and let us listen to that, what she says. To her father? Or to the...
I'm listening now. Father.
And he starts to dissipate. She says, I'm listening now, father. And this hints at two things. This first, on the first glance, of course, with all the old god imagery going around, is hinting at, okay, she heard her father talk to her. We of course know probably the old gods whispering. That said, I think she refers to her not listening in way back in Theramore before Rexa executed him. And now she's listening to him. Now she says, okay, you were right. The Horde is evil, and we know she said that once more. I don't know if she used the exact wording, but in Tides of War, she goes to, after the bombing, when she visits Stormwind, she's like falling on her knees before the statue of her father and says she should have listened. She should have listened. Now she's listening to him. She wages war on the enemy of the humans, or of the Alliance. The last thing, and I'm recording this for the second time, this is why the other video was way longer and I rambled way more, is this part where she starts to sing the song and she alters the lyrics. And I think she misinterprets them.
I heard, across a moonlit sea, the old voice warning me.
This is the first thing I want to stop here. I heard, across, I think she says wounded sea, but I may mishear the lyrics, or what's sung. But the old voice warning me. This is a clear hint to the old gods. Okay? If we don't assume some sort of Davy Jones type where her father is enslaved or something by some sort of old god Naga thing, and still tries to warn her, which I don't think. I think Dalen Proudmoore is dead for good. The old voice warning me.
Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, beware of me.
Beware, beware of me. And this is where I think, again, if we take the lyrics for face value, if we take this as some sort of account that really happened, and I mean the parts that we don't know, we are like interpretations of like this person that wrote the song. Maybe Dalen Proudmoore warned from what he saw before he died beneath the ocean, or beneath the waves. Maybe this was carried to them not by whom, by what isn't important in this, what I want to say, actually, but maybe he tried to warn his nation, not from Jaina, because Jaina wasn't like at all a threat to Kultiras at that point. Ajara is, because she is a daughter of the sea. I know I'm way over analyzing this and way over interpreting things, but it's fun. So I thought I'd try it. So I don't think, if we take this for granted, if this eye really heard this cry, his words carried upon the ocean breeze as he sank beneath the tide. If you really take this for face value, maybe he didn't warn Kultiras of Jaina, but of something else. And of course the Kultiran people interpreted it as a warning of Jaina. It would be, I think, a little bit clearer if we knew who wrote the song inside the World of Warcraft universe. Maybe you see it in Kultiras, I don't know it. Maybe you hear who wrote this song in Kultiras. I haven't. If so, correct me on that. I think this is a warning from Ajara, because we know Ajara will be a raid boss in the second tier or third tier, I don't know, the raid after Uldir, basically. yeah, this is basically what I wanted to say. I think this should be all. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know I say a lot of yeah right now because I'm thinking very very hard. My noggin is working overtime right now. Again, if I haven't said it before, then not again. I think the old god imagery here is a red herring. I think it is a huge red herring, especially now I think about it. Maybe this is not supposed to be the old gods influencing Jaina, but like a helping light from beneath the waves. It may be both, actually, of course. So this is everything I wanted to say to this, basically, I think. So I hope you enjoyed it. This was just me talking out of my ass. Great video, great first start for Warbringers. I really like it. Um, you can always get me with a good song and lyrics. So, uh, especially if it concerns Warcraft. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I would like your feedback on that. I'm not planning on doing more of those. Maybe on the other two Warbringers just to round it up. But that's maybe it. Feel free. I said that already. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I know. Again, my brain is working overtime right now, doing this unscripted and stuff. My name is Sleepy Druid, and good night. Hey. Oh, now. Now, good night.